In the heart of a quaint coastal village in Africa, nestled between rugged cliffs and the whispering waves of the Atlantic, lived Pastor Alu, a man with a calm demeanor. Pastor Alu was well known in his community for his unwavering faith and compassion. One stormy night, as he was studying the scriptures in the hut atop the hill close to the shore, he looked out of the window and saw a stunning creature. He rushed down the mountain. Getting closer, he saw a lovely and elegant young lady washed ashore, her tail shimmering with the remnants of the sea. "You're safe now. Do not be afraid, I will not hurt you," Pastor Alu said to her. "What is your name?" Pastor Alu asked the young lady, and she smiled and answered, "My name is Naima." Pastor Alu was captivated by her nature and beauty. "But I don't know who you are," Naima said. "I am Pastor Alu, a well-renowned pastor in this community. I am only here to help you. Don't worry, you are safe with me." On his way home, some villagers were gasping at Pastor Alu carrying a strange creature home. Despite the shock and disbelief of the villagers, Pastor Alu took Naima in, caring for her with the kindness befitting his calling. "Did you see her? She looks like a creature from the sea." Femi, one of the villagers, asked Shola. "She looks like a water spirit," Shola replied. Rumors swirled like harmattan winds through the village. Some whispered that Naima was a water spirit, others claimed she was a siren. But to Alu, she was simply Naima, a woman of grace and mystery who had captured his heart. "Pastor Alu has a kind heart. He saw something special in her we don't understand," Tunde said to Aid. "Or maybe he's under a spell," Aid replied. Naima's adjustment to land life was neither easy nor immediate. Alu, ever the doting husband, tried his best to ease her transition. He was so happy when he noticed that her fin-like fishtail had transformed into human legs. "I made this for you. It's a recipe I learned from an old sailor. It's supposed to taste like the sea," Pastor Alu said to Naima. "Thank you, Alu. It means a lot to me," Naima replied. Naima was reflecting both the longing for the sea and her appreciation for Alu's efforts. As Naima grew accustomed to her new legs, she began to venture into the village. The villagers, though wary, were entranced by her beauty. "Tell us a story. Tell us about the sea." Naima sits with the children, her voice filled with wonder as she recounts tales of the ocean. "There are cities beneath the waves, made of shimmering coral, and dolphins that play in the sunlight," Naima said. The children listen intently, their eyes wide with fascination. Despite the growing acceptance, a shadow of suspicion lingered among some of the older, more superstitious residents. They saw Naima as an omen, a creature who brought with her the unpredictability of the sea. "She's not like us. Who knows what powers she holds?" Femi, one of the villagers, said to Shola. "We must be cautious. The sea is unpredictable, and so is she," Shola replied. One fateful evening, a violent storm descended upon the village. Naima, sensing their peril, rushed to the shoreline. Naima stands at the edge of the tumultuous sea, raising her arms and beginning to sing. Her haunting, melodious voice cuts through the storm. Naima's song calmed the waves, stilled the wind, the waters were calm, and the fishermen were guided safely to shore by an unseen force. "She's a miracle worker," Tunde said to Aid. "She saved them." Aid replied in astonishment. The aftermath of the storm left the village divided. Some hailed Naima as a guardian angel, sent to protect them from the fury of the sea. Others, however, grew more fearful, convinced that her powers were too great, too uncontrollable. "She's a blessing. We should be thankful," Femi said to Shola. "Her powers are too dangerous. What if she turns against us?" Shola replied. Pastor Alu stood by Naima, defending her with all the conviction of his faith. Yet, in the quiet of their home, doubts crept into his heart. "I love you, Naima, but I am a man of God. Can our love truly bridge the gap between our worlds?" Pastor Alu asked Naima. "I am torn, Alu. My heart belongs to you, but the sea is part of me," Naima replied. They hold each other, finding comfort in their shared sorrow and love. One evening, as twilight painted the sky in shades of crimson and gold, Naima disappeared. Alu searched through the village, his heart heavy with fear. Alu questions villagers, searches the shoreline, and prays in solitude. Days turned into weeks, and still, there was no sign of Naima. The villagers mourned the loss of their water spirit bride, while Alu retreated into solitude, grappling with the absence of the woman he loved. Then, one moonlit night, a figure emerged from the depths of the ocean. It was Naima, her heart heavy with sorrow and regret. "Naima, why did you leave?" Pastor Alu asked Naima. "I am bound to the ocean, Alu." The storm awakened a primal longing. "I had to return," Naima replied. They embrace a mixture of relief and sorrow in their expressions. In the days that followed, Alu and Naima grappled with the consequences of her revelation. "We will find a way to make this work. Our love can bridge any gap," Pastor Alu said to Naima. "Together, we can face anything." Naima replied. Slowly, hearts softened, and walls that had divided the community began to crumble. Alu, ever the mediator, held a village meeting where he invited Naima to speak. "Naima has something important to share with us all. I am indeed a water spirit, bound to the sea by ancient ties. But my love for Alu and for this village is true. I am here to bridge our worlds, not to harm. Sincerely, I love Alu, and I love this village. But the sea is part of me. I hope you can accept me for who I truly am." The villagers listen, their skepticism giving way to a deeper understanding. "Perhaps we can learn from her," said Shola to Femi, "if she means no harm. She saved our fishermen." "We owe her our gratitude," replied Femi. Naima's influence on the village grew profound. Her presence was a living bridge between the human and the mystical, bringing about a sense of unity lost to time and superstition. She teaches the children how to swim. "Respect the sea, and it will respect you. It is a source of life and wonder," Naima said to the children. "Let us embrace the unknown with love and faith. Our differences strengthen us together," Pastor Alu told his congregations in his sermon. Yet, the call of the sea never truly left Naima. There were nights when the full moon would rise high in the sky, and she would find herself drawn to the shoreline. Pastor Alu would often find her there, standing at the edge of the water, the waves kissing her feet, her eyes reflecting the vast expanse of the ocean. "The sea is part of you, Naima." "I understand," Pastor Alu said to Naima. "Thank you, Alu. Your love gives me strength," Naima replied. One such night, Pastor Alu approached her, his heart heavy with the understanding that he could not keep her from her true nature forever. Naima turned to him, tears in her eyes, knowing that her love for him and her bond with the sea were at odds. "Our love is strong enough to withstand the tides. I will always be here, waiting for your return," Pastor Alu said to Naima. "I will surely come back to you, Alu." "Always," Naima replied. The village, once again, mourned the absence of their beloved water spirit. Yet, this time, it was different. They had come to understand her need, her dual existence. They did not see her departure as abandonment but as a necessary journey, a pilgrimage of the heart and soul. Years passed, and the village prospered under Alu's guidance. Naima's stories became cherished legends, passed down from generation to generation. Children would gather by the shore, their eyes sparkling with wonder as they listened to tales of the brave water spirit who had chosen love over duty. "She's back. Naima has returned," Shola said to Femi. One stormy evening, as the villagers gathered in the warmth of their homes, a lone figure emerged from the depths of the ocean. It was Naima, her form radiant and shimmering with the light of the moon. She walked gracefully onto the shore, her eyes seeking out the familiar silhouette of her beloved Alu. "Welcome home, my love," Pastor Alu said to Naima. "I have always been with you," replied Naima. And so, the legend of Pastor Alu and his mermaid bride, Naima, lives on in the hearts and minds of the villagers. Their story is retold with reverence and wonder, a tale of love that defied all odds and united a community in acceptance and understanding. As for Naima, she continues to walk the shores of her beloved village, her laughter mingling with the sound of the waves. She is a guardian spirit, watching over the villagers with a protective gaze and guiding them with wisdom born of the sea. This story of Pastor Alu and Naima, crafted in the rich tapestry of African folklore, weaves together themes of love, sacrifice, and the mystical connection between humanity and the natural world. It is a tale that transcends time, a legend that inspires and unites.
Thank you so much for engaging. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, in order to stay updated to get more videos. Thank you.